the Arizona Wildcats. Their national ranking for recruiting is 78th, which actually is a bit of a fall off from their previous national ranking of 58th. But what's funny is they stayed exactly the same and where they're at in the Pac-12 at 11th both years. And then their 2022 class looks like it's up higher, but I see that falling considerably. But I don't think it's going to fall as far as 78th, so they should be better in 2022 recruiting wise. Jed Fisher is their head coach. They have 18 commits this year, and all 18 are 3 stars. They have solid facilities right in the middle of the conference, and they should have a lot going for them. They're in a pretty desirable area of the country, and they haven't been the worst team in the conference. But I don't.
They were last year. They were last year.
But like I'm
statistically, record, everything.
Overtime, they have not been awful.
Kevin Sumlin kind of ran this program into the ground. Like, he was only there for 3 years, and Rich Rodriguez had done a really good job actually at Arizona. But Kevin Sumlin, he started off like 7-6, and then 5-7, and then 4-8, and then they went 0-5 last year. So it's just been a downward trend.
I think Kevin Sumlin should have taken a few years off after Texas A&M, but I think that would have helped Arizona out a lot. And they should I don't think they should have fired Rich Rodriguez, if we're being entirely honest. No. I don't know what they were trying to achieve, because he was basically the ceiling of what they've ever been able to do. So, I don't know.
So they are actually, I don't know if you knew this, but they're actually still currently on a 12-game losing streak. They went 0-5 last year. It's a 12-game losing streak, and the most recent was the humiliating 70-7 loss in their final game to Arizona State.
Yeah, that was rough.
I
watched that game. Terrible. That was rough.
Yeah,
I mean, it was fun. I love watching a team just get brutalized. That was rough.
Just to give some statistical background to how bad they were statistically the worst offense and defense in the Pac-12. They allowed 39.8 points per game. Nice. Now, obviously, that 70 burger that they got at the last game of the season probably bumped that up a little bit, but still.
Well, I think I know why that happened. Because they're a basketball school now, so they were trying to match the basketball team.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Good for them. And I mean, this is pretty much rock bottom, I think, for the football program. I think it can only really go up from here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jed Fish is interesting. I'm a Patriots fan. He was the Patriots quarterback coach before he got hired.
Yeah, I was actually so I did a little research on him, but I don't know shit about him.
No, I know he's been an assistant in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah, and
was interim coach at UCLA for a hot second.
For 2 games after they fired Jim Mora for 2 games. And the thing is, like, I don't understand why they hired him. I mean, I guess there's like, who else are you gonna hire? But like, of the new coaches, like, I did not know who this was at all.
Maybe he just killed it in the interview. I don't know.
Maybe. I hope he kills it, winning a game. That'd be neat for them.
They'll win a game this year. You know why? We'll talk about it. I'll tell you exactly the game they'll win.
All right. Let's go into their schedule then.
It's not the first game. They open up in a neutral site game against BYU.
Yeah, they're not winning that.
No, that's going to be played at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
All the Mormons are headed to Sin City. How is that going to work?
Didn't even think about that. That's kind of funny.
I'm just picturing this now. Because BYU tailgates sound like a time.
Yeah.
Not a good time.
Yeah, that's a bucket list item.
Yeah,
not even just to see it. Yeah.
Witness that.
Then they play home to San Diego State. And
I don't think they're winning that either.
No. Here's the win, though. They are home to Northern Arizona, the 3rd game of the season.
Yep.
That should be a win. And And then they get into conference play. Open at Oregon, which is tough. And then UCLA at Colorado. UCLA, we'll talk about them in a bit, but I'm optimistic on them. Washington at USC, Cal, Utah at Washington State, and then they finish it off with the interstate rivalry at Arizona State.
Looking at the schedule, they could be potentially worse than Oregon State this year.
It's going to be a close battle. You got one in the North Division, one in the South Division, battling it out to be.
Who they aren't as bad as?
Who?
Kansas.
That's, what? Very true. You see that